People have waited in line just to share this experience of Venom, Candyman, Night of the Living Dead, The Rock, Final Destination. But I want you to know you are now entering the
Cinema
Chop Shop with a top and the pop pop pop. Boom boom pop pop.
The Cinema Chop Shop.
What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. While you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. And here I am with a guest today, Senor Del Boy from Movie Mash. What's going on, sir? Haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while.
How you doing? You all right? Everything's good over here in the UK. Ready to do some discussion about some very sensitive stuff today that we're both going to get cancelled with, but you know, that's the way it is.
Well, yeah. Are we going to get canceled?
Got this one here next to me, doing my head in all day.
Oh, all you see is the goofy ass look like, You just see the dog with a goofy face. It reminds me of like Santa's little helper from The Simpsons. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about the Acolyte, but I kind of want to have a more logical breakdown of this show. This show really feels like a lot of people just been throwing shit at it. And, you know, some things, some critiques make sense, and some critiques kind of don't make sense. But we want to have this conversation, and we want to kind of logically break down the things that people are having problems with the show. We just want to go ahead and address them all. Now, before I start this video, I want to open up with the fact that, yes, I understand how Disney operates. We all understand that the mouse, he has certain rules in his house. And by that meaning that, you know, there's going to be some diversity. You might see two mothers or two fathers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be some sort of agenda. We already know that's what the mouse does. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's a way to look at it in a specific element without getting too upset. You get what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and let's get into this shit. So the first thing that I've seen about the show that gets critiqued is the star. Her name is Amandla. I think her name is Amandla or something like that. And she was once in this movie called The Hate You Give, right? And they've been circulating this video of her talking about, the objective was to make white people cry. And what they've been trying to do is they've been trying to paint it as if that message or that comment was made while they were filming this show, right? So a lot of people are taking that and saying that, oh, this is what she's been saying. So like this is why I'm not going to watch the show because of this. But the comment was completely taken out of context. If you will allow me to kind of explain it, Del Boy.
No,
you're not going to give me time to explain it. All right, so fine. What do you think about okay, off top? What do you think? Like just by me saying that?
No, I'm kidding. Explain, because I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
All right, I mean, but off top, how does that? Off top, how do you feel about the comment? Like, does it seem a little like kind of?
Well, first of all, yeah, it's typical, you know, Disney, you know, throwing shit out like that girl from is it Snow White? You know, just there should be something in the contract saying shut the fuck up while in public when you're talking about this shit, because we do want some male viewers, you know. And this, all right, the only reason I watched this is because you wanted to do this video here, and I was like, you know, we're friends and I'll give it a shot, and I did. And but there's a time when I would have been at like day one, minute, second, just ready to go to watch the show, and I wasn't watching it. I just wasn't, and it's a shame.
I wanted to elaborate on what you just said. I had to beg him to watch this show. I was like, just watch the show for me, because I was going to do this discussion by myself. But I was just like, just watch the show and just let me know what you think, right? And the main reason is because I felt like it was being exaggerated. But let's go back to Amandla's. Let's go back to her comments. So this comment was made. Now this is where you're about to see all the context, because I know at first it sounds wrong. But that was a comment made during an interview with Trevor Noah when she was interviewing for a film called Now When They See Us, right? And no, The Hate You Give. Sorry, The Hate You Give. That's a different movie. But anyway, so in this movie was about this young girl who her friend was shot by police officers, right? And he was like unarmed and he was shot by police officers, and it talks about the psychological effect. Now, the reason why she made those comments during that interview is because you have to understand this is the height of like the Black Lives Matter movement. You literally a few years prior, you had the Philando Castile case, which are you familiar with that case?
No.
Philando Castile. So Philando Castile was this man who was pulled over by an officer, and he notified the officer and told him that the officer says, "Do you have a weapon with you?" He says, "Yes, I have a weapon. I have a gun in the car. It's my gun. It's registered in my name." He was allowed to legally carry the weapon with him. He was in the car with his wife, and he was in the car with his kid, his baby in the back seat. So the officer said, "Don't reach for your gun." He said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to." And then he was like, I told you not to reach for your gun." He said, I'm not going to reach for my gun. And he said, "I told you not to reach." And he pulls out the gun and pulls out the gun and he shoots him, right? So this is like during this era, we had a whole bunch of high profile police shooting cases. And it really felt like the pushback in America, at least, the pushback came from a lot of white people, you know? And when she's saying like, the goal of this movie was to make white people cry. Prior to that, she said that that she was surprised that when they went to like the premieres and stuff, that it made a lot of white people cry. And then she talks about how the whole talks about this idea of empathy and about this is the reason why
you want to watch the movie now.
So yeah, but I'm saying like the idea exactly, but it's actually a pretty decent movie. But the idea was to kind of like create this empathy for people to kind of understand what's going on. And she talks about that, and then she ends it with the joke about, yeah, the goal of this movie was to make white people cry. And then also she's kind of like also going into Trevor Noah's joke because he's like, oh yeah, we should make a Rotten Tomatoes where like, you know, they rate it by like if its ability to make white people cry or whatever, right? But he's just joking. And she kind of like she ends with that joke. But they're taking that interview and they're taking that what she just said about the making white people cry, and they're trying to use that to kind of like, I don't want to say cancel her, but they're using that against her in regards to this show. So now that you have the full scope of
the context in which she was saying that in the last movie makes sense, if you get what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, to be honest with you, with this show that I watched, she's the problem. I don't have a problem with her at all.
Yes.
In this show, you know, I don't know much. I saw an interview where she was doing this kind of hand movements and stuff.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry, we'll get to that.
I don't know much about her, and if that was taken, as you say, if you're right, which you probably are, about her saying about getting white people to cry over something that happened in that context, it makes sense. And you know, the far right likes to, yeah, put that over here with you. You know what I mean, sort of thing. And I'm not going to give her any hassle over it. I have no problem with her in this show. I don't know much about her. I think she was fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that was my first problem. My first problem was that they were using that to kind of like try to dilute her character and kind of just attack who she is. And I'm like, you took an old interview, kind of took that out of context, whatever, right? Now, the next thing I want to touch on, since we've already touched on the fact that that whole interview was taken out of context, I want to really emphasize that interview was taken out of context like crazy. And on top of that, that interview has nothing to do with Acolyte. It wasn't shit. Those comments were made for The Hate You Give, and it was not made for the Acolyte. So for those people trying to push that out there, just tell them it's bullshit. The next thing I want to talk about is the comments that she made where you said she went like this and shit. They were talking about huh?
She didn't say much in that interview about any of this. It was the other two.
No, exactly. But it's, to me, it was like a baited question. But anyway, so I watched the interview. It seems like the interview's like cut up, right? And there's different people interviewing the actors. And it just so happens that when this question was asked, they got the interviewer who I'm just assuming, I don't know 100%, but I'm assuming that he's homosexual, right? And
He lives
she asked him a question. He says, I heard that this is the gayest Star Wars ever. Now, right after he asked that question, the director sincerely looks confused. She's like, what? Like, she's like, no, like, not, I wasn't even trying to, like, you know, like, she just kind of like dusted it off. But then you could tell at the end, she plays into it and she like kind of cracks a joke at the end or whatever. And yeah, so a lot of people were kind of like turned off by that. And they thought that this was her saying, like, haha, I'm gay, therefore I'm going to inject gay things into the show, which there are some gay things in the show. But I mean, what do you think about that? Were you able to see that video? Or you saw bits?
I saw the video. I saw bits and pieces of it where he said, is this the gayest Star Wars ever? And she looked, the director looked somewhat uncomfortable, my opinion, when he said that. Yeah. And she kind of brushed it off, and then they started talking about R2D2 and C3PO being one being a lesbian and the other one gay. Now, I have to say this. I know I don't care, right? I am an old school Star Wars fan, right? The original 3, right? And C3PO is pretty gay. I mean, like he's pretty gay. I mean, it's never really discussed, but it suits his character being awkward and all that. But his mannerisms, his voice, the way he moves along, you know, he does seem gay. But yeah, but it doesn't matter. You know, it was never really thought about it. But you know, look at it that way. And I actually thought before seeing the show that this was in the show that R2D2 was the lesbian. I actually thought was that actually, because I said to you, it's actually a thing because it was brought up, and everywhere I see on the internet, oh, it turns out R2D2 is a lesbian. I was like, oh my god, I'm just not watching this show. Yeah, I really thought that was in there somewhere, and it wasn't. So, but going back to that interview, I do feel she felt uncomfortable, and she played along. She joked around. She turned that into a joke, which is R2D2. That's it. So, you know, in her, I mean, I can't believe I'm defending them, but I do think she was on the spot and she kind of she joked about the whole situation. That's all.
Exactly. But see, this is what I wanted to do. Like, here's the thing. Again, we're not defending Disney at all. We're just logically looking at the evidence that's being presented to us, and we're just making a judgment. Like, we're being honest with you. Like, when you watch the interview, you can tell that she was thrown off by that question. And she was just like, what the fuck? And then she was like, well, yeah, I'm gay, but like she just seems a little like thrown off by it. And they start making jokes about it. Then Amanda makes that joke. She was like, yeah, we text each other and talk about like how some of the outfits look gay or whatever the case may be. Like, I think that's the only thing that Amanda says, and she does a little voguing shit. But other than that, we go into the next part. Because she says, she even says it. She says, no, I don't think so. Like when they're like, is this the gayest Star Wars? She clearly says, no, I don't think so. If y'all go back to the interview, listen to what she said. She literally said, no, I don't think so. Right? But let's go on to the next part. The next part is, well, if this isn't the gayest Star Wars ever, so we only have 3 episodes. Are there gay elements in this TV show?
No comment.
I mean, you could be honest. I mean, look, I'll be honest, dude. There are gay elements in the TV show. Why? Because you have the witches, the girls' moms. They're obviously in a relationship, and they're a couple. It's whatever. Like they're a gay couple. So yeah, dude, there are gay elements in the TV show. Right now, you did have a comment where you were talking about you want to talk about the group of women thing, because I really want to talk about it. How when you saw the group of women, episode 3, when you saw all the women and you were just like, you felt like,
yeah, I was like, all right. So yes, and I don't mean it to be that I meant that part that was gay or anything like that. What I mean to say is, right. So first 2 episodes, I noticed there was hardly any men. The couple that we did see did seem kind of very feminine, apart from Mr. Squid Games, you know. that we see that only one white man in episode 2 was the guy who drank the poison. He looked like Skinny Jesus or something, you know.
Skinny Jesus.
He looked like if you ain't got enough money to pay Ewan McGregor sort of thing, you know. That's who he looked like. But and I know that was the first thing. Now I will say, it's because it was Disney, I was paying attention to that. I probably wouldn't have noticed had it been Warner Brothers or something else, yeah. But I was paying attention. I noticed that it's a female lead, it's a female black lead. Now I'm like, again, is this a Disney thing, right? So, but I didn't notice anything. Oh, you know, the male, the I don't know, the guy, the English guy with the, you know, he's with the golden lightsaber. Yeah, I did feel he was quite feminine as well, you know, but I could be wrong. It may not be anything, but
he looks like a weenie. Like he just doesn't. He don't give me Jedi vibes. Like usually Jedis give you like this really confident, very stern, powerful. He just seems.
Yeah, you've got to give him a chance. It's only 100 years before actual full-on Jedis, you know. But when we get to the third episode,
Trinity gave off the cool, confident vibes. The Asian guy gave off cool, confident vibes.
Yeah.
Even though dude was in like a freaking state of Zen and shit and in Nirvana, he gave off confident vibes when he, you know, took the
No, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
Like he seems like the Jedi idiot. Like, and I mean, me personally,
like, he was there half naked at one point, and I was like, why do we need to see him half naked? But all right, you know, he's
shit, I didn't even think about that. That's a good one.
First time you see him, he's all naked, all skinny and shit, and I'm like, all right, so what? All right, doesn't matter. Get on. I'm watching this through Disney lens, so you know it's not really. I'm not giving it a fair chance, but I will say the first 2 episodes I enjoyed. The third one, with all the women in this witch kind of cult covenant type thingy. What were they singing, like 1 and 2 and something shit like that?
Yeah, they said 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Yeah, that, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised they even mentioned the Freddy being a male, do you know what I mean, sort of thing, but we shouldn't assume his gender. But as I say, it just felt like, not that it was gay, right? It was just like, here it is, there's your narrative, there's your agenda, and then when you see the 2 females kind of being very, what's the word, gentle towards each other,
romantic.
Yeah, then you're like, there you go, Disney, there you go. Now it's not really fair because a lot of TV shows do go down this route, but because it's Disney, I'm watching it through Disney lens, and I'm and I'm anything that I wouldn't notice on anything else, I'm picking up on this. But that one, it felt like the agenda more than it being gay or anything like that. You know, It just felt more of an agenda rather than gay. But despite that, the show wasn't as bad as I was expecting. But I have to point out, Disney with the last, and don't quote me on this because I can't be sure and everything. But every last Disney show or film, which would be Echo, is last, I'm sure. I think that's the girl from
Kingpin, or wait, Daredevil, or Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah. So there's that. Then you had the Marvels. Then you had She-Hulk, and then you had Ahsoka.
Is your dog chewing something? Is she chewing that shit loud?
Yeah, you can hear that. Yeah. Chewing the bone. But what I was saying is, but have you noticed the last 4 or 5? It's all been strong female leads. It's and I don't know how well most of them. I know Marvels didn't do well. I don't think Ahsoka did phenomenal numbers. And
I see
Echo.
Ahsoka. Here's the thing, and this is what I'm talking about. So, all right, look, my cousin's a huge Star Wars fan, and he's also very aware of agenda stuff. And he loved Ahsoka, and he said he loved it because he said it felt like a straight. He said if you like Clone Wars, that Ahsoka was done well to the point where it kind of like plays off of Clone Wars really easily and well. and he liked it. He just felt like people were exaggerating. But this is the area where
Oh,
we're
I didn't hear anything about it. I didn't hear anything about really Ahsoka. What I'm saying, and I do the
because
actress.
I think people just
I
refuse
like
to
her.
watch it because they're like, it's a
Yes,
female
I'm like,
lead. It's a female lead. It's Star Wars. It's Disney. We're not watching it, right? That's just what a lot of people did,
there you go.
and a lot of
You
people
know
doing
the
that with the
actress.
show as
I
well.
like her. I think she's a good actress, and everything I've seen her, I think she's very attractive. And when I did see her on Mandalorian, I also thought she was good on that. But like this new show we're talking about, I just switched off. I'm like, I'm done because I want to watch a story. I want to watch something about something. I don't want to see a narrative, you know. And that's what I seem to be seeing. But
Disney just has a hard time making us like characters, and it just, I think the fact that they think that because they give them because they're a certain gender or because they're a certain race that they're just going to make people fans. Example, the black chick from Obi-Wan. They really thought that everybody was just going to like buy into it and be like, oh, she's dope, but she was a terrible character. You know what I mean? Like, even though her motives were cool and shit like that, but the character just sucked.
it's
And
not because she was black or she was gay or she was a female or any of that. It's just it was the way she was written. She came across angry and bitter a lot, and it was hard to get on her side, if you get what I mean, on Obi-Wan. I just couldn't get on her side. But I will say the female lead on this, I didn't know enough about her before it. I didn't take anything she said on interviews to heart. I only saw that little thing she did, and I thought she did a good job. The sister, you could make them look a bit different, but it doesn't matter, you know.
yeah.
But as I say, I think she did a fine job. I did like, I thought, what's his name from Squid Games? He fits straight into this world. Like
he feels like a Jedi. You know, like he fits the role perfectly.
Yeah. I did like Trinity in it as well.
Even though she didn't last long.
Sorry.
I say even though she didn't last long, but I just want to backtrack to the witches thing. So again, I watched the first 3 episodes. I didn't really look at it. I didn't look at any complaints. I didn't look at anything. I just watched it for myself and just soaked it in and just and you know, figured out what I wanted, how I felt about the show on my own. Now, like you said, the witches thing was like kind of like, oh look a strong female coven, like a you know, there it is, right? But my first thing was, instead of saying there it is, right, I was like, let me see if this really exists in the Star Wars lore. Do witches exist? Okay. Yeah, they do. And then what I found out is that not only do fucking witches exist, but it's like they have like all female covens, like they're all females, and then there's an all male coven as well too. And this is shit that predates this show, like, you know, because Darth Maul's mom apparently is a fucking witch. She's like the main witch lady, and what happens is that she has her own little coven of witches, and then Darth Maul and his brother belong to the male counterpart to that coven. So, and they separate, they're away from each other. And so I'm like, okay, so then this falls within the lore, right? If in the lore that predates the TV show, you have an all-female.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's in there. And the problem is that because it's Disney, you're getting blinded by what's what and what's not. Do you know what I mean? So, like, they have every right to use those witches if it's in the lore anyway. Do you get what I mean? They have, you know, it's just to the average Star Wars watcher, which I am now compared to years ago, right? I see. All right, here we go. There's narrative, but as you point out, and people probably don't know, there is witches in Star Wars. Do you know? Yeah. So
and the crazy part about it is,
but I do think the woke culture went, yes, there's witches in it. Let's use it. You know,
they just said, look at all these women. It's all females. Stab. But it's kind of crazy too, because I hate using this word because I like anime. And I was a Dragon Ball Z fan, and I hate using the word canon, but they talked about how Star Wars Clone Wars, the animated series, is now canon to the Star Wars continuity. And if that's canon to the so if that's canon to the Star Wars continuity, then that means that the witches are canon because the witches are also in Clone Wars. like Darth Maul's mom and that whole little coven shit. That shit's in Clone Wars. So if Clone Wars is canon, that means that these witches are canon. So and then those were all female coven in the Clone Wars show, which by the way, a lot of die-hard Star Wars fans love that fucking show. A lot of people love it, and they always criticize the movies, and they say, why can't they make it more like Clone Wars? Clone Wars was amazing, right? But they took something or an element from Clone Wars, and you're mad about it. Like, which one is it? Like, you know what I mean? I don't get it. But this is the next thing I wanted to talk about. The possibility of a forced birth, right? And I'm not talking about like they forced her to have birth. I'm talking about the Force gave birth to another person, right? In the show, they talk about the witches call the Force. They call it the thread, and they do this shit, right?
Yeah.
And they're implying that they use because they don't look at the Force as like a power. They look at it like magic. At least that's the way I'm getting it. Like, did you get that vibe too? Like the Force is like magic with them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's more like magic.
Yeah, so they're saying that they use whatever power that they have to kind of impregnate the one chick or whatever, right? Like she was like, you created it and I carried them. Like that was their whole little thing. Like, so one of them created the kid and the other one carried it. And a lot of people are upset about that because they feel like it destroys the continuity, because they felt like Anakin being born of the Force made him special. And they feel like by these twins being born of the Force, that it takes away from that specialness. What do you think?
Yeah, I get that, but if it happened once in the Phantom Menace or whatever it is, then and it was never really questioned, then maybe it has happened before. If you get what I mean. I mean, there's no harm in saying. I mean, it happened that one time, so maybe it has happened again. You know, and maybe this girl is very, very, very special to the Force and the creation of the Jedi. If you get what I mean, maybe she is. You know. I do feel though they did point out that one said, she said, I gave you something and you did the rest, or some shit like that. What'd she say? She goes, I gave you the, I can't remember. It's like she gave her the seed and you did the rest. So I'm like, so is it that or is it something else? That's why I was kind of a bit confused.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, is it a forced birth or is it just them using magic?
Yeah, because when the Phantom Menace, mum just said, "Shit, I was just woke up pregnant one day." Do you know what I mean? But this one, it was implied that I gave you some kind of seed and you did the rest. So maybe they're expanding on that whole midichlorian type thing, you know, because it was never really explained. It was like what's your name, Qui-Gon? It was like, yeah, I just woke up one day, I was pregnant. Do you know what I mean? It was like, okay, no problem, no explanation, you know,
because
that was very woke, by the way. I don't need no man. That's what Anakin's mom said.
Right?
You know? I don't need no man. I'm a boss. I'm a boss lady. You know, but this is safe. But yeah,
so check this out. Through my research, right? Because again, like I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a casual viewer, but I know how to research shit. And by looking into the lore, you find out that this idea of birthing someone from the Force has been played around with a lot. So Darth Plagueis, he's been fucking around with apparently he's been fucking around with the idea for a long time. He was trying to create he was trying to birth the entity from the Force in order for the Sith to use it to destroy the Jedi. That was his whole shit. Like he was really trying to, like, the whole thing about bringing people alive and from life and death, like that was his shit too. And fucking Sidious talks about it as well. But also his thing was he wanted to, allegedly, this was what I've read through little lore and shit and researching, is that he wanted to create, like, have an entity be born from the Force that he would use to destroy the Jedi. Now, the idea that's being, or the theory that's being thrown around, is that the midichlorian or the Force is not good, not or evil, so it always needs to have a balance. And because it saw that Plagueis was trying to create an evil entity in the Force, it basically created another entity on the opposite side to balance it out. And that's why we have Anakin, right? So that's the idea that's the idea or the theory that's been thrown around with the lore, right? About why Anakin was born from the Force. There's no outward saying like, oh, Anakin was born from the Force because of this, but this is just the theory out there that's been collected from whatever source material that they have. But again, like the idea that you think that Darth Plagueis was probably the only motherfucker to be fucking around with this idea of like Force bursts, you know? And then also on top of that, we don't even know if these twins were born of the Force or they were born from that magic, because I think they use the Force. If I'm not mistaken, the witches use the Force and they use magic. It's like a mixture of both. And because the shit that they were doing, like the whole like imprinting the little pentagram on a forehead and shit, like that wasn't the Force. Like that was some other shit. And maybe that's what they did to impregnate the other one. Now, also through my research, but go ahead.
No, I was just saying maybe they'll expand more on the next few episodes.
That's
or
what
maybe it'll be brought up again.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking that too, but also
it may not be brought up again. That might be all you get, you know. It's hard to say.
My next journey in researching was finding out who the fuck Darth Maul's dad was, right? Because if Darth Maul's mom is witches, then I'm gonna find out how that witch gave birth to him and his brothers, right? And there's an idea
it's the guy from Insidious.
There you go. See, there through the window. That shit, you know.
Yeah, that's his dad. That's that baby daddy.
Right? But okay. So there's two things that go around.
That's the Jerry Springer show coming up.
Right? You are not the father. But
I'm that baby daddy.
Man, Jerry gonna get sliced in half. But so there's three theories that went around. There's no real solid explanation for who's Darth Maul's dad. There's a whole lot of theorizing. One theory is that the chicks in the witch coven, when they want to get knocked up, they go down to the dudes in the Brotherhood coven. They get one of them to knock them up, and then apparently the dudes die after. So I don't know. They're like praying mantises or some shit. So that's one, right? Another one is that they're saying that they just don't know. Like there's no explanation for how Darth Maul was born. Like they just don't fucking know. And then there's another one. There's this one Star Wars book that comes from France, and it says that the witches have the ability to impregnate themselves. So,
okay,
you get what I'm saying? So, like, and that's how Darth Maul was born, because the witches are able to impregnate themselves. So that's what she did. She impregnated herself, right? Okay. And I guess through magic or whatever. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you really start digging around, you can kind of see where these ideas are coming from. It's just that people are getting mad and they're like, what the fuck? She was being born. They're talking about the Force. They're calling it a thread. It's over. Like, you know, like this is woke, you know? And it's like, when you research, you start to see that little things like this already existed in the Star Wars lore. A lot of this shit fucking predates the fucking show. So, you know, like, what are we doing here? Like, instead of getting upset and instead of getting mad, and instead of shit throwing, do a little research, and then maybe you'll find out if these things exist or not. Instead of me getting mad and calling it woke, I was like, you know what? Let me look around.
Stuff that exists is a plus, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? They're using stuff that exists. The fact that they're using stuff that exists is to be fair, is a plus. That's a good thing. You know, they're not making shit up for the sake of wokeness, which the majority of people, including myself, would think that. Do you know what I mean? So you know, it's not fair to kind of give them a hard time if that shit exists already. It's just, you know, again, if it was any other TV show, any other company making it, you probably wouldn't be judging it the way you are. Do you know what I mean? But on the flip side of that, I don't think Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy and the directors and stuff like that help themselves, because they do that too much. They talk too much shit on interviews. And they're already putting us off. So when we're watching it, we're saying, yeah, that's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about. To keep your mouth shut and just let us watch the show, then it mightn't be as bad. They just need to be somewhere in the contract. Like, again, that girl from, is it Snow White on the new Snow White movie? Yeah. She was like, Oh my God. I mean, I'm not that interested in Snow White anyway, but it's just, oh my God, someone needs to catch her and say, shut up, you know? So
Yeah, 'cause it's like, but
it's a circle.
it starts to feel like Disney is trolling us. Like I really feel like
Yeah.
Disney's just trying to get people mad. This is what I think. I honest to God believe that Disney is trying to get hate views. I think that they're trying to piss people off so people can watch it and then turn around and be like, this shit was garbage. Like they could watch it and just trash the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have millions of different
Because they
reviews
keep
of the
doing
show.
it. They keep fucking doing it. Like the director of the new Ray Star Wars movie, she hasn't done much. And when she was interviewed about it, she said stuff like, "I want to make men feel as I get kicks out of making men feel really uncomfortable." I'm like, shut up, you know, just shut up. So it's just, I mean, they've got a track record, but I suppose if you really wanted to really dig deep, I reckon if you look at Warner Brothers and Paramount and all that, you'll probably find stuff there too. It's just that it
You
seems
find
to be a
stuff
thing now.
everywhere. It's just that Disney's a little bit more out in the open with it. They're just very
Yeah.
upfront with it. And here's the thing, like, let me be honest. Look, and I hate doing this, but I get it. If you're online all day and the same fucking people keep hitting you up talking shit, eventually you're gonna start trolling them, right? So I get probably why she's doing that, but then that makes it unfair to the rest of the people who haven't done shit to you. I haven't tweeted you anything. I'm not upset with you, right? You haven't tweeted her anything. You know, you haven't harassed her. So why are you basically lashing out at all of the general public for the actions of a few? You know what I'm saying? Like that's where that's where their professionalism is supposed to kick in, and they're not supposed
Also,
to go
if you
there
don't
with Disney.
like it, you're a misogynist or something. If you don't like it, you're a homophobe, and that's not true. But there is something I want to flip here. There's something I want to bring up. Yes, Bullbag. Yeah, do you hear him? Do you hear that?
No, nah.
Anyway, the cat's trying to get in the video. All right, years ago, long time ago, in the early '90s, I went out with a girl. You know, for years, we were kids, we were young teens, right? And she had two moms. Her mum was a lesbian, and she had two moms. Now, back then, it was very, very uncomfortable for her to say that to me because my girlfriend wasn't gay, but she was surrounded by we'll say gay people, and it was my first introduction to actual get to know gay people myself. At the time I was young, and I remember those to say there was a when we were out and anything came up about subjects about parents and stuff, she was never hiding it, but she would tell you direct if you asked, but she was always that bit uncomfortable. It wasn't the nuclear type family. Now, watching these shows, like I think with was it Doctor Strange when that girl said, "Oh, my two moms,"
Yeah,
and would say this show, "My two moms." I feel like if I was in her place, it would feel better that it's more acceptable now, where she doesn't have to be so. I mean, look, she's a grown ass woman now; she's my age, yeah. But
yeah.
I'm just saying is, I remember though the kind of the discomfort she had with. It's not that she was ashamed of them. It's just how everyone reacts to that, and then all of a sudden, you're weird. And every time they spoke to her, then it was more about, oh, so how do you get on with these two? It's like it was never about, oh, that's fine. But watching these shows now, I have to think to myself, does she feel like as a kid, would she feel a bit better as that this is being more acceptable? It's on TV and it was just, and I have to think, yes, I do. I do think as in her, on her perspective, I do feel had this been going on back then, where shows had two gay dads or two moms or whatever like that. Yeah. These kids, because she wasn't gay, but again, she wasn't ashamed of it. I'm not putting down or anything. She definitely not. But I'm just saying, it's just I know the discomfort she used to feel that people, when they found out, they would either look at her different, act around her different, and then question only about, oh, how do you are you too? You know, that kind of shit, you know? And
Yeah.
watching this, I think to myself, yeah, I think that would make her feel better knowing that it's more acceptable today, and it's on TV, it's on Disney. So I have to kind of look at it through those eyes as well. I tried to, and I started thinking, you know what? It's not the worst thing in the world to say you had two moms and all that. It's just because it's Disney, it just seems the narrative. It's not the gay stuff. It's the narrative I seem to be up against. You know what I mean?
I I think it's beyond that. I think it's really the Disney's not doing it because they're being sincere. They're doing it as a marketing ploy. You get what I'm saying? So like when you like example, um, they put this movie out in June, right? June is Pride Month. It's when the LGBTQ gets recognized. Pride Month. It's a whole month recognizing LGBTQ people, right? They put this out in June, right? The director herself is lesbian, right? And not only that, when got interviewed, they were interviewed by a gay interviewer, right? So then I can see why people are like red flag, red flag, red flag. Because is this really being done out of sincerity, or is it just being done because you want to check off the box to seem like you really care? And this is where Jody talks about, and I got to give him credit for this. He says that Disney's not woke. Disney is fake woke. They try to act like they're woke, and that's even worse, you know. And to me, that's like the best definition, because they truly don't care. They're just doing it because they want to check the boxes and they want to seem like,
Yeah.
oh, if we
So,
get
because the top boys at Disney don't give a fuck about any of this shit. Yeah, they just want to tick the boxes. You know, they don't give a shit anything. You know, they're only going where the money's at or where we're at in the time and the universe and this year in 2024. They're just checking them. I agree. That's a good point, and that's
because
something we should look into one day.
yeah, but I mean, in even bigger retrospect, Disney thinks they're slick, right? This female lead thing isn't by coincidence. What they're trying to do is they're trying to kind of I hate using this word, but they're trying to groom a potential future market. Some of the biggest spenders in the United States belongs to women, right? It's one of the biggest spender markets. If you get them to buy into what you're selling, then now you have bought yourself a piece of that biggest spending market. And not only are women some of the biggest spenders in the country, but you also have the African American people, the minorities who are now becoming, if you kind of like clump them together, oh look at that. If you
He just
clump them,
wants to be in the show. He keeps meowing at me.
he's like, all right,
That's fullback.
worst name
Fullback.
ever. But if you
Best name ever.
clump the minorities together, they become bigger than the majority. So it's like if you find a black representative, an Asian person, a Hispanic person, right? You get all of these characters, a Pakistani person, a Muslim person, you get all of them together, and then you start marketing to their audience. And now you don't have to worry about this market because now you've dipped into your fingers into like 6 other markets. Disney thinks they're slick and they're really not. It's a marketing ploy. They saw what the fuck happened with Black Panther. They saw that Black Panther made $1 billion off of the black market alone. A lot of black people went back to the movie theater several times to watch that damn movie, and they saw the potential of that market. And now they're just like, damn, how can we exploit that market? I got it. We'll take the 2 biggest markets and then we'll combine them. If we could get women and we could get black people to buy the same product, then that, my friends, will give us all the money. And that's what they're trying to do. They think that by continuously, because they're not trying to affect us. They don't give a fuck about us. We're dead to them. They're trying to affect the next generation. They want the little girls to buy Captain Marvel outfits. They want little black girls to buy Shuri Black Panther costumes, right? And Black Panther merchandise and Black Panther toys. They want little Muslim girls to buy Miss Marvel stuff, right? This is what they're doing. They're trying to affect the next generation because they want to market it to them. And I mean, in some aspects, it's working because I mean, I've seen more young girls that are more open to Marvel now. They like superhero movies now. They're more open to actually going to watch them. Now, So in some way it's working, and I know that we get mad about this shit, but at the end of the day, it's like this shit ain't for us. They're trying to market to the next generation. They're just trying to predict the next buying market, and they're trying to just jump on the train ahead. So maybe 20 years from now, we'll be like, that's what the fuck Disney was doing. They're basically trying to kind of like get them. I think that they're trying to get their foot in the market early. What do you think about that?
I think you're a conspiracy theorist. No,
Hey.
it sounds like it could be true. Do you know what? It sounds like it could be true because I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, it seems like they are alienating their primary fan base, which was male. Growing up in the 80s, Star Wars was a big deal to boys, and you never really heard. Every time, like, girls just wasn't into it, you know. And as I say, like, whatever they're doing now, they're alienating that part of the, we'll say, the fan base, yeah. And it doesn't seem to make sense, and I can't understand why such a big titan of a company is doing such a thing. So it has to be for a reason, and they keep continuously doing it. So maybe it might be that.
That's what I think. Shit. I just want to touch on these two quick things before we head out. Has this diverse cast in this TV show Acolyte bothered you in any way?
No,
Right?
Really, because
I think the biggest reason why for me is because they're not pushing it on you. It's not like to the point where it's like, I'm black.
I don't think it's the gayest. I don't think it's the gayest. I think I wouldn't say it's the gayest show. It's the Star Wars show. I wouldn't. They're all kind of the same in that way. But I did notice it was a black female lead. But 2 seconds later, it just, her character was okay, and it did fit whatever she was doing. It didn't matter. Only reason I noticed she was a black female is because it was Disney. Anything else, I wouldn't have cared. And then as the show went on, I mean, again, I didn't see that many interviews with her, so I don't know what she's been saying. But as a character, she wasn't. All right, the best way to say it was she wasn't in my face. Look, yeah, exactly. I'm a strong female boss lady. I didn't get that from her at all. Yeah, even from the villain, the twin, I didn't get that from her either. Do you know what I mean? So I haven't got that from anyone.
The main one is vulnerable. She's really vulnerable, and she's actually kind of weak.
Feels vulnerable too. No, she's not. No, but the other one feels vulnerable too. You know, the villain version of her, that she feels vulnerable too. What's his name from Squid Games? Apparently, I read this the other day that he had to learn English for this show, which is good for him, you know. But
he picked up on that shit kind of quick.
He fit right into this show. There's a little kind of blondie, white, blue other girl in it. I didn't care. It didn't matter. Look, the main characters, all I know is I didn't find them. They were in my face going, look, I'm a strong and I don't need no man. I didn't get any of that vibe at all. Yeah. You know, even with the witches, I didn't get that vibe, you know. So it's weird because on this video, we're kind of all over the place. Do you know what I mean? If you think about it, if you're watching this and you're still watching it, yeah, subscribe to his channel because it's a good channel, right? But what I'm saying is we're all over the place. We're knocking it, we're saving it, we're keeping it. Do you know what I mean? We're kind of like, what's the word? We're pretty much in the middle. We're hitting what's good and what's bad. We're pointing out what's not, what people are over exaggerating, and where we're watching it through lenses. And I will say, bottom line is, I watched 3 episodes, and I probably will watch the 4th now. So that's a good thing, you know.
Because this is what I want to do. I wanted to have a logical breakdown of this show, because the one thing that I'm tired of is like people are really just getting views just for like shitting on the show, and it's like I'm just gonna do what the fuck is already expected.
I've seen guys and people making multiple videos on the one show. Like the same people making multiple videos on the one episode.
There's a very popular UK YouTuber that is doing that right now. I swear to God, this is like his 5th. His name's Mr. H Reviews.
All right, but
yeah, he's pretty big over there. Well, I mean, he has like almost like
bigger than me.
Yeah, of course.
Bigger than me.
Yeah, of course.
No.
Nah, but dude, he has like half a million subs on us
You're
already, or some
trolling
shit
me
like
now.
that. But the thing
Uh,
is, like with him, I noticed that, and I'm about to point out something with him too. And I've seen a couple other YouTubers doing. I'm calling their ass out on it. These motherfuckers have found their channels to be a little stagnant. So what they started doing is they started fucking bitching about every single thing and calling everything fucking woke, calling everything SJW, all of that shit. And there's a bunch of fucking YouTubers that do that shit. And I was watching one of his videos, right? And this motherfucker had the audacity to be like, yeah, I seen this meme floating around where, and he says it, he goes, it says that not even Disney would allow a black character to have something about like, oh, even Disney made a black girl have a father, end up fatherless or some shit like that. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and I was just like, I was like, okay, cool, stereotype, tight. But at the same time, it's like, dude, like, really, like, we really doing that? Like, and I get it, like, but coming from him, it was kind of like, maybe you shouldn't have been the one to say that. Like, let somebody at
I get
least,
the joke, but I didn't feel I wasn't getting that on the show.
yeah.
It
I mean,
wasn't. They definitely didn't do that. No.
but here's the thing, though. These are fucking aliens, bro. Like, what the fuck? These are fucking aliens. These aliens are like cross. I'm pretty sure there's like cross species hybrids all over the fucking place. Like,
I
you know
love
what I'm
it
saying?
that there was. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a lot of British actors. Was it made over here? There was a lot of British actors in there. Did you notice
Oh
the
no.
accent on a lot of them? You know, and I always loved that about these aliens and Star Trek. You know, Star Trek, they go to a different planet like billions of light years away, and as soon as they get there, the aliens have an American accent. It's like, this is great. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, they're all American, British, and alien, even though they all look like us. But you know, we can
Last
relate.
question
That's
before
how we
we go.
relate.
Last question before we go. Were you bothered that Trinity died?
Yes.
Elaborate.
No, just because I like her. I liked her on The Matrix. I've seen her on a couple of things, and that's the only reason. I get the point of what they were making, and I know what you're going to say. Yeah, I get the reason why they did what they did. But she wasn't a flashback. I got a feeling we're going to see more of her anyway, to be honest with you. I just got
In
that feeling we'll
flashbacks and
see
shit,
more of
yeah.
her. Maybe she'll come back to like, who knows, with Star Trek, Star Wars. But as I say, no, I didn't. Because I went into this show blind. I knew nothing about this show, nothing. I just knew it had a narrative. That's all I knew, and it was Disney.
Exactly. But
That's
see,
all I
that's the
needed to
best
know.
way to go into these shows. Like, I went into this shit with no thoughts, opinions about anything. I just watched it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just watch it. And I watched it and I was like, okay. And I got to episode 3. I got all the way done with episode 3. And then I was like, you know what? Let me look. And I started seeing all of my feed. Episode 3, episode 3, episode 3, episode 3, episode. All these people complaining about episode 3. And I get it. Like, fine. But at the same time, it's like, it's doing it in a way where it's not trying to play the audience like they're stupid, and it's not forcing it on you. It's just there, but it's not forcing it on you. An example, I use this example all the fucking time. When you're watching Candyman the original versus Candyman the remake continuously tells you why everything is racist, how everything is racist, and it keeps tying everything back to racism and talking to the audience as if they're stupid, right? It constantly reminds the audience. This show hasn't done that yet. And then the subtle woke elements, per se, they're there, but they're not like, it's not like in your face, and it's not a big fucking deal. It's kind of like it's kind of glazed over. Like when people caught the comment that the Jedi soul, like he made when he said your mother's, I didn't even catch that shit. I only reason I caught it is because I was watching somebody else and they were like, the fact that he said mothers, and I was like, oh shit, he said mothers with an S. Okay, I didn't even catch that. Like that shit flew right over my head, and it was just like, I think that is making things unenjoyable when you really gotta feel like you gotta focus in and be like, I need to analyze the bullshit, analyze the bullshit, analyze the bullshit.
That's
Like you're
what
on
I
some
was doing.
Terminator shit.
I was doing that. That's what I was doing. That's why I picked it up. I was analyzing how many men were in it. When was the first white man going to be in it? I was analyzing everything, and to be fair, it still was all right. The show wasn't bad, and I didn't feel any kind of anything, it wasn't in my face. It was because I was analyzing it because it was Disney. You know, that's
That
all
didn't
it was.
that didn't kind of like take the fun out of the show, or like I feel like that would give me like anxiety. Like
No,
I feel like
no, because come to episode 2, I wasn't even paying that much attention then to that because I was enjoying the story. There is a question I'll ask you. Do you know the villain? We see him in the background that she's working for.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh, am I supposed to know who that is already?
No, nobody's supposed to know who it is, but they're theorizing that it's
Oh,
Darth.
okay.
They're theorizing that it's Darth Plagueis. I think
Yeah,
it's Darth.
yeah.
They're thinking it's
That's-
Darth Plagueis, or they're thinking it's fucking what's that other guy's name? He has a weird ass looking lightsaber. I forgot his name, but there's another really popular fucking Sith.
All right. No, I don't know. Just because I was feeling like, have I missed something here? Maybe from the Acolyte or not the Acolyte, Ahsoka or something. Am I missing who this could be? So I'm glad it wasn't. But I'm sure he's going to be a very horrible white Nazi type man. I'm kidding. I don't know. So, yeah.
You want to know? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Question.
I'm gonna call this shit now. You know who I think the Sith is?
Vegas.
Nah, I think the Sith is a little dude that made the poison. The dude that made the poison
white
for her.
person.
I think that he's
yeah. I see. Yeah, you mean in the bar?
yeah. I think he's playing that shit. I think he's the Sith Lord. He's just bullshitting.
Okay.
I low key think that he's the Sith Lord, but who he is, who's he supposed to be? I don't know. He's probably gonna be a nobody Sith, but they're theorizing that it's Plagueis. I don't know. But
all right. So what we can do is another video. How many episodes is there? Going to be 6?
I don't know.
8.
Maybe 6
Right,
to 8.
at the end, we should do another video, and you guys, people watching, should check out. And we'll be completely honest. We won't be calling out woke. We won't be doing this unless it really is, you know. Because look, watch the video. We're on both sides here, you know. So let's give it a chance and watch the rest and see. We'll make another video at the end and give you our opinions.
Exactly.
Or we could do another one after the next episode. It's up to you. True. I don't mind.
But also, I wanted to quickly add in. I just thought that, Trinity's death bothered me a little bit, but it wasn't a big fucking deal. But I mean, we've seen that happen in cinema before. Think Drew Barrymore in Scream. I know everybody's like, well, they made it seem like she's going to be in the show a lot. They advertise her, they're interviewing her. She's talking about the show, and then they kill her off in the first episode. And I'm like, well, they did the same shit with Scream. Drew Barrymore was talking about it. She's in the fucking poster, big fucking deal. And then all of a sudden she dies in the first 15 minutes. And I think that's just one of those like, boom. You know, I think that's just trying to show you how serious the shit's supposed to be. But that was just my
thing I'd say. He fit really well into this world. Again, like the other guy. At the start, she just looked like she fit, and the way she acted and carried herself and the fight scenes, obviously she must have learned some of that shit from the Matrix. But as I say, like,
I think all the Jedi fit in except for the black dude. He seems a little dorky. He's the only one to me that kind of like that feels weird.
Maybe he's a Padawan. He's not quite full Jedi.
No, he's not. He's a fucking. He says it. He said he's a knight now or something like that. I forgot. He's something, but he's not like he's not basic anymore. The Padawan, I think, is the fucking chick. Is the alien chick? She's the Padawan, I think. He's the fuck. He's the one that's
not the main character. So we'll just have to give. I mean, like, I'm not knocking him. I just don't care enough about him yet to give him any kind of. He just felt a bit weak. It felt like a Padawan, but I don't care that much. The main characters in it so far have been pretty okay, to be honest with you, and none of them have been in my face. And yeah, I just want to see what happens next. Please, 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 please continue the story the way you were in the first, even 3 episodes. Don't start losing us now. You know what I mean? You've got us now. I've enjoyed it so far. I think it's way better than I expected, and I'm willing to watch the rest. And I don't want it to be like, I don't want to switch off after a couple of episodes. Go,
yeah, because I'm trying to find out that the Jedi's really did some bad shit. Because I don't think that Jedi would have killed himself if he wasn't guilty of something. Because I mean, that shit just doesn't add up. Like, first of all, the Jedi's cut into the temple and basically broke into their fucking temple. Because they even said that the Jedi's are cutting down the door. The Jedi's cut down the door and they approach, and it's like, even though they tried to seem all harmless and shit, you cut down my fucking door. Like, what are we talking about here? And then it's like, and then after that, even though like the girl burns she supposedly lights the whole building on fire or whatever, right? I don't see how the hell she did that with that lantern, but she supposedly sets the whole building on fire, and then all of the people are dead. I think that was kind of sketchy about why all those people were dead. I don't think she did all that. I don't see how the fuck she was able to do that. How that little ass girl was able to kill all of them.
Her being a full-on villain. I think she's just going to be a misguided villain sort of thing, but we don't know.
I want to know if the Jedi killed the fucking witches. That's what I want to know, because there's a reason why that Jedi committed suicide. I don't think like what the fuck, like what's the reason for him to commit suicide if that little girl killed all of the fucking people? If we go all the way to the end of the season and we find out that he felt guilty because them coming to test her drove her crazy and caused her to do all this crazy shit, I'm be mad. I think the Jedi need to kill them witches.
Listen, when is the next episode? Is it next Wednesday?
I think it's next Wednesday or next Tuesday. I forgot.
All right. If you want, we can do another video.
All right, sounds good.
After it.
I'm with it.
We can do a live show if anyone's interested. You know, it's up to you. I don't mind. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do an Acolyte after show type shit.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it.
All right. You guys heard it. So if you are still on this damn video, congratulations. You won yourself a prize. You get one free donut with sprinkles on top. But anyway, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You already know what to do. Like this video, hit the damn button on the side, and then like this man right here, Del Boy, you know, Movie Mass Reviews. He also has another channel called The Third Reel. Check that out. That's going to be booted back up. He's going to be reacting to some very, very interesting movies. So go ahead and check that out and kind of be first in line for the shit that's coming soon. I hope you guys like this breakdown of the Acolyte. I feel like we did it as logically as we could. I think we did it unbiasedly. We really went over this unbiasedly. We talked about the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that shit. So y'all can't say anything because we point out the bad shit, we point out the good shit, and we point out the shit that we feel like people are over exaggerating with. But tune into the next episode and let us know in the comment section down below. Do you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be? Now don't forget to hit the like and the share, subscribe button. Go over and check his channel out, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios, homies.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours. You're now exiting the cinema church.